What's going on, y'all? It's day 2 on the Ka assembly build. Getting ready to head out the door. On our way to the dealership, of course. Probably gonna make a stop at Harbor Freight, pick up a couple precision tools. Piston ring compressor, just to drop those in there, just so we can continue with the plastic gauge step. But yeah, get ready to head out the door as mentioned before. So to grab a one bullshit, hit the road. All right, y'all, just pulled up to the dealership. Marcus is on his way over. I believe we're gonna get him set up, flip his tires on the rear of his vehicle. Obviously, he's got the G35. Motherfucker keeps cooking his tires with a shitty camber wear. Something's going on, so we're gonna take care of it. Just wait for him to pull up right now. Probably be in the next clip. Stopped by Harbor Freight on the way here. Picked up this precision compressor, ring compressor tool. These things suck to use. Not gonna be fun, but should do the trick. Hopefully not damage any of the rings. It'd be catastrophic. But yeah. A little bit of time's passed. Went ahead and got these rings installed on the pistons. It was a fun little process. Took forever. Didn't want to crack any of the rings or anything like that. Meanwhile, got Marcus's G35 on the lift, doing some suspension modification. What are you doing right now?
Trying to get the camera arm back on.
This Dayton one links are looking pretty good.
Dirty. They'll get cleaned up soon.
You got a blown out axle. Yeah, we're gonna swap a driver's side rear axle. Gotta do another bolt check what's on the lift. Probably find out whatever the else he's got planned. But yeah. Just got the engine hoist or the engine stand bolted up to the block right now. Gonna get that on there so I can finish the rotating assembly. About to drop those pistons in right now. Get all those bearings in there. Get them all plastic gauged. Gotta keep on cracking. Got the engine on the stand over here. Lubed up all the cylinders. It's looking wonderful. Drop those pistons in there right now. Got that piston ring compressor on there. Get ready to drop it in there right now. Fuck it, right? Got number 2 in the hole. It's stressful. I'll have to drop the rest of them in there. Another hole down, one more to go. I'm gonna flip it over once I get some tape on there, make sure the pistons don't flip out, and then go ahead and get those bearings in there. Just got all those pistons installed. Everything's looking pretty good. No excessive drag when they dropped in, so I don't believe the rings are fucked up or anything like that. Put a little bit of tape over them so they don't fall out. Flip the assembly over. Throw in those rod bearings. Just got it all taped up. Get ready to rotate it over right now. Got everything rotated over. Drop those rods down so I can get access to those bearings. I'm about to slap those in there right now. Well, Marcus is here. I figured why not? We film a little update on the seat. Got the NRG.
It's in.
It's in there.
And it works.
Stock slider, looking wonderful. Operating still. How's the height? Decent?
Oh, it's perfect, man. Like, it's just like
Literally
it is
with just the lower stock base with the NRG side rails.
when the seat motor's still on and all.
It's fucking
The
sick.
hydro hooked up, everything fucking golden boy. It's drifty boy time.
I believe last time I saw it was that crusty busted seat, so finally got that thing installed. Seat's ready to rip. Just got to get a harness bar and harnesses for it. He's running the stock seat belts at the moment. Over here, I just got the rod bearings installed in the block, and then on the other half of the rod, the caps, I got the bearings installed. So I'm gonna finish those, slap those on. I decided not to plastic gauge the fucking rods. I figured it's crunch time. The money's already spent on this motor. If it blows up, it's more reason to get a JZ, so fuck it. This thing was already at the machine shop. I can double check their work, but at the end of the day, there is no time to waste. Can't send it back to the machine shop in the event that the plastic gauge results were not to my liking. So with that said, I'm just gonna fucking slap it together and then get it tuned and hope for the best. We'll continue with these rod bearings. I'll let you know how that goes. Just got back from AutoZone. Had to make a quick run over there, pick up some standard sockets. Actually don't use them very often here at the dealership. The rods use ARP 3000s, or 2000s rather, and they have 3/8 diameter 7/16 or 7/16 bolt heads. So I actually didn't have any standard sockets as mentioned, so I had to run over there. But got all the rods in there, got them hand snugged. All the gaps are closed on all the rod caps, so should be able to torque them all down. Took a little bit to find the proper torque specification. Mainly that's this instruction sheet with some pretty fucking confusing shit. It lists all their hardware, and pretty much none of those part numbers corresponded to the box that I got, and it was a nightmare. I did a little bit of background research and found out that the torque spec was way less than they listed on here, so what the fuck, right? Oh well. Confident that it's 60 foot-pounds, so we're about to torque them down right now. I'll grab out the torque wrench, send it. Just got that first rod torqued down to 60 foot-pounds, and 60 foot-pounds is a pain as is. I could not imagine going 90 with the 3/8 torque wrench. It's a little much of a pain, but we'll get it done. Just always stressful. It's obviously at this caliber. I don't want anything to go wrong, as mentioned before, so trying to go slow with this process. So slow, it's already dark outside. Marcus is gone. Helped out a little bit, but obviously bullshitting a lot. Can't get a lot done, so what do I expect? We're gonna continue cracking on this. I'll let you know if anything happens. Just like that, all the rods are torqued down, 60 foot-pounds across all four, all 8 fasteners. Look at that. Gotta hand crank it. Everything's looking pretty good. I mean, we'll double check everything down here, but everything should be pretty a-okay. Gotta get that rear main on there before I bolt the pan on and whatnot, but yeah. Guess I'm gonna flip it back over, take a look at everything from the top side. Over here, the head, that's where all the goodies are. We got BC 264 cams in there. Underneath them, SuperTech cam followers. Solid one-piece design. Let me show you the difference. Down here on the spare head, these valve shims are two-piece style, and there's like a puck on top, and essentially high RPM, that puck can get shot off. And not a good time, no buenos. So with these solid one-piece design, theoretically I should be able to achieve a little bit higher RPM. Not sure what or how much higher. Right now I'm spinning 6,800. I don't really see a reason. I mean, if the turbo is still spool after that, maybe I'll rev it out, so we'll see, to be determined on that. But 264 solids. Underneath those SuperTechs are valve, dual valve springs. And then we got BC stainless valves. Let's see, flip this Johnny over. Standard, just stainless. Got a valve job on those. And I got some brand new valve guides. Obviously some valve seals. Fully built head. Fully built bottom end. It's gonna be a fun time. Got all brand new OEM timing gear, new gears, everything. Only thing I didn't get actually is new cam gears. Fuck it. And I'm going to be reusing this OEM front cover. I did get it decked with the block. Make sure all the clearances are gonna be the same. But yeah. The reason I did want to use the OEM or the front cover, I do have a replacement, brand new one, but it's from some sketchy ass company. And by sketchy I mean not really reputable, not talked about too often, but I'll get this unwrapped. Looks beautiful, right? Too beautiful, a little suspicious in my opinion. This thing was pretty cheap compared to an OEM replacement. So, you really can't beat OE, I figured. Why not go with this decently looking OEM one? So I made that decision before I sent it to the machine shop. Sent over that cover to get decked with the block. So, I'll have some good surface mating capabilities, good sealing. Look at me. It's a little late. I'm fucking dumb, talking too long, so let me get back to the action. Alright, next step is to flip this head over and get the block head alignment dowels out of there, out of the head, get them reinstalled in the block, and then I should be able to install those ARP head studs, get our head gasket thrown on there, throw the head on there after removing the cams. Should be able to get that torqued down as well. I should be in a good spot to be, or to get out of here rather. It's getting a little late, so don't want to get a crack on this early in the morning. Might as well get a good night's sleep. Something I rarely do around here, rarely get. So I'm gonna keep on cracking. GoPro's dying, not sure how much more I can film right now. I'm gonna let it charge for a little bit, so probably gonna see an update here in a bit. Probably with the head studs or something in there. So. Update. Working on getting these dowels out of the head. God damn, they're in there. And it sucks, I do not have the proper tools. Tool, seems like there's only one method or two to actually get those out. And hammering a punch in there, trying to extract it that way. It's a fucking pain in the ass. Probably gonna wait till the morning, pick up the precision tool, or the tool specific for this job, and then knock those out. But as soon as those dowels are out, I already have the replacement dowels already installed in the block. Should be able to get the ARPs. Might as well do that step while I can. Get those installed. Slap that head gasket on there, and then it should be slapping that on there. But I'm realizing I have the cam gears, but no cam gear hardware, so hopefully Drew has a set of cam fasteners, the two big old bolts, out at the slide shop. Maybe I'll swing out there at night, pick those up. I can't time the motor until I have those. I could spin the cams, I believe, because they have, yeah. So I can get those installed, but I need to put the gears on there to time it, obviously. But still have 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks actually, until this engine has to be put in the car. I just want to get everything buttoned up, obviously, get the head on there, close it up before it gets too dirty or anything like that, and you can just get inside. So still waiting on powder coater. Talked to a powder coater about getting valve cover powder coated black with machine lettering, getting it cleared over, as well as some smaller stuff like turbo, compressor housing and whatnot, getting that matched. But see how long that process goes. 3 weeks. I gotta get that in the car, so it can't take any longer than that. Yeah, figured I'd film a little update. I'm gonna try a little bit longer to get these dowels out of the head. They're pretty recessed in there, kinda sucks. But once they're out, as mentioned before, slap the head on there. Just gotta pick up those cam gear bolts, and then I should be able to time the motor. Not sure what to paint the motor after everything's said and done. It's actually looking pretty decent already, obviously. It was hot tanked, but it's not gonna stay that way. Might as well get some paint on there, get it painted up. Probably just paint it black, some kind of engine enamel, make sure it's high temp, whatnot. But yeah, as mentioned before, I got some brand new timing gear, all the goodies, blades, all in this box. OEM from Maine. This is the lower gear, crank gear, idler sprocket, brand new. This is the tensioner, upper chain, lower chain, valve cover gasket, valve cover bolts, tensioner bolt, and then the guide bolt, rather. Some brand new guides. What else is in here? Some goodies. ARB hardware. I am very stoked on, where are we at here? These brand new titanium front cover bolts. These are not cheap. About $100 a bag here. It's ridiculous. Just for the upper and lower covers. Dress up hardware. Why not, right? I already have a lot of dress up hardware in the engine bay. Why not make the motor look pretty good? This thing does have all the money in it. Although I don't act like it about using all these precision instruments as I should be. I plastic gauged the crank. It was looking good. The rod bearings, I did not plastic gauge. We're this far in, there's no turning back. She goes or she blows. Forged KAT, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a whole process going to the dyno. Probably gonna hook up the drift car with this motor in it behind the Tacoma, and then head out to Chicago. It's about a 5-hour trip from Ohio, so I'll probably get a hotel out there, make it a 2-day trip. I actually wanted to get this thing on some rollers this time instead of getting another street tune. I could do that for simplicity, but I want to see the numbers that this thing can actually put out with the ram horn and the GT2871. So it's gonna be a fun time. I mean, stay tuned for all the madness. Appreciate you viewing. Okay, let's get these headsets installed over here. Got this clip for too long. Alright, it's getting pretty late here at the dealership. As I mentioned before, I need to get the dowel removal tool, get those out of the head before I can go any further, as well as get some cam gear bolts for those before I can time the motor. But the block and the rotating assembly is fully dressed. Got those CP pistons, mainly rods in there. Got some ACL race bearings. Couldn't go with the King this time, but run with what we can get. Coming together. As mentioned before, appreciate you tuning in, taking a look at what we've got going on here. Nothing but drift madness. We're going to be driving here very soon. Hopefully next weekend. There's test and tune. It's the only test session I have with the new Z32 trans. And then the weekend after that, we're going straight into media day. Got to get some media hype and pictures of the car, whatnot. And then as soon as that's over with, throwing this in there. And I literally, that weekend, going down to Chicago. So stay tuned for all that. It's gonna be a very fun time. A lot of stress until then though.